Okay. Uh, Hello everyone. Dear students, today we are at the day 7. Okay. So we are at the day 7th of our biology Brahmasthra series. So as you all know, biology Brahmasthra series, we are at day number 7. So almost we have completed 6 chapters in 6 days, and today at the day 7 we will be completing another chapter. Okay, so in this chapter, that too particularly cell related chapter, that is cell, the unit of life, that chapter we are going to complete in this particular session. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm not unable to come in front of the camera due to some technical errors. So let us begin with the another chapter, that is cell, the unit of life. The 7th chapter, structural organization in animals, had very less questions. That two very negligible, one or two questions which are not at all considered in that particular chapter. So far in the last 20 years question paper, when we observe, we are getting very less the questions. Those questions are also belonging to the removed part, so that is why we are skipping the structural organization in animals chapter. Okay, next we will be moving to the another unit, that is cell biology, cytology. So here we will be having a first chapter as a cell, the unit of life. So here the major thing we need to notice is this unit will be having three important chapters. So the whole unit contains cell related aspects. Okay, so we need to discuss very carefully. We have three chapters in this one: cell cycle and division, and this chapter cell, the unit of life, and along with that we will be having another one, biomolecule chapter. Okay, so here the first question we will start with. So within a we will do it in a half. We will complete today only cell chapter. That too, half of the portion will be covered, half of the questions will be covered, and coming days we will be completing the cell chapter completely. Then coming to the first question, that is the cell theory was formulated by. Okay, the first question is cell theory was formulated by. As we all know, there are two important scientists come into the picture, so Sleeden and the Swan. Okay, Sleeden and another scientist, Swan. Okay, so these two scientists actually proposed the cell theory. So that is why the option will be B, right? So the Sleeden and Robert Brown. Robert Brown is not related to this concept, and Robert Brown again no. Robert Hooke is also not connected with this one. So that is why Sleeden and the Swan. Sleeden and the Swan, they are coming from the different lineages. So the first thing, the Sleeden, actually he is a botanist. Okay, he is from the botany background, so he worked on the plant related aspects and proposed the cell theory. When it comes to the Swan actually he is basically from the zoology background, so that is why zoologist. Okay, he is a zoologist, Swan. So that question also appeared in the examination, like the field from where these Sleeden and Swan came from. Okay, which particular branch they are experts in, that we need to understand. That is, Sleeden belongs to botany and Swan belongs to zoology. Okay, next, moving to the next question: which of the following statement is correct with reference to the which of the following statement is correct with reference to the vacuoles? So vacuoles are the empty spaces where we can use it for the storage purpose, right? So the question number 2, we need to discuss about the vacuoles related aspect. It is a membrane bound and containing storage of the proteins and lipids, they said. Okay, so majority of the cases these proteins and lipids are stored by other organs, other systems in the organisms. That is why this stands to be a wrong one. And moving to the next option, it is membrane bound and contains water and excretory substance? Yes, of course. So the vacuoles are membrane bound structures which have a capacity to store the water majorly, right? So excretory substances are also stored in this, and they are helpful for excreting the waste materials also. That is why option B will be the right one. They lack the membrane, that is wrong. They have actually a membrane, and lacks the membrane and contains water and excretory substances. No, they have membrane and they used for water and excretory substance storage and even for the removal. Okay, moving to the next question. Dear students, a bacterial flagellum is composed of. So when we look into the bacteria's structure, so if this is the bacteria, so bacteria will be having a flagella. So flagella will be having a many parts in it. Okay, so those many parts are nothing but somewhere here at the junction of the bacterial body and the flagellum origin, we will find something called as a basal body. Okay, the basal body, and then a filament like structure and a hook like structure is also present. So that is why for this question the right answer will be A. It will be containing a filament, a hook and the basal body, right? So moving to the next thing, when you say this pili, fimbria, filament, they are again different materials. Okay, so that is why we need to move the next one. Fourth question, in the below diagram, identify the part which connects the peripheral microtubules to the central sheath. Okay, when we observe these structures, so these are somehow little bit easy questions. So 2020 they asked. So here at the edges we have a periphery, we call it as a periphery. So at the periphery region we have what you say the peripheral microtubules. Okay, so the peripheral microtubules will be there at the surrounding portion. So they will be connected with the help of radial spoke to the central part. So here directly you can, by observing these structures itself, we can suggest that these peripheral microtubules will be connected to the central sheath with the help of the radial spoke. That is why the option A is the right answer. Next, moving to the next question. Moving to the next question. Here we will find identify the part labeled as M in the diagram given below. So this is also a diagram based question which was asked in 2019 KCET. So as they said, they have named this particular portion as a M. So this one here at the edges we will be having something called as a satellites. So satellite structures will be there at the telomeric region. Satellite, okay. So these satellites will be present. So satellite is the right answer. Centromere is at the center, kinetochore is covering the centromere, and chromatids are these elongated structures, right? So satellites are present at the tips, we can say it easily. Okay, moving to the next question. Identify the major site of biosynthesis of the lipid. Okay, we need to discuss about the biosynthesis of the lipids here. So when you say the Golgi apparatus, they are not concerned with this, and mitochondria for the purpose of energy production, right? And smooth endoplasmic reticulum, SCR and RER are the very interesting things. Here the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, what you say, they are used for synthesis of the lipids and the fats. Okay, so RER, when it comes to the RER, they will be helpful in producing the proteins. So protein biosynthesis was done with the help of RER, and SCR are useful for the lipid synthesis. Okay, so dear students, with this short video we will end this today's session. Soon after resolving the technical issue, we will be meeting you again. Okay, so meanwhile, take care and